what you
All
were
right,
saying.
welcome back to Comics from the Future.
Yay!
Did anyone hear us?
Let's go back over. So today's giveaway is for Detective Comics 1025 and the Matina variant. All you have to do is like our page, share this video, and reserve your copy with us.
Yes, and
last week's giveaway was for Harley Quinn 75 and the variant by Cho. Megan announced the winner.
it was Nacho, as I announced moments ago. But no, you can actually hear it. So yeah, thank you guys. If you like and share this video, we really appreciate it. It helps grow our business, and it helps us just get a handle on what is going to be popular so that we can have enough for you guys. So thank you for doing that.
Okay.
Well, we got up first.
We're going to explain about Previews World. So we choose the comics we think are going to be sort of the hottest ones everyone wants to hear about. But there are literally dozens of other comics available for pre-order. If you just go to Previews World and you click Catalog and then Final Orders Due, you can see all the other comics available for order. And you can follow along as we talk about the ones that we've chosen.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Something everyone's wondering about.
One of the hot button issues. What's going on with Free Comic Book Day?
Yeah,
now, Free Comic Book Summer.
Yeah, so definitely wanted to start the show off telling you guys what is going on and what we're doing for Free Comic Summer. I'm sure a lot of you have seen some news out there about it, and for the most part, the organizers of Free Comic Summer are allowing shops to do with the books what they may. So there will be about 3 or 4 titles released each week, and we're going to have Free Comic Saturdays, just to make it a little bit special. You know, Free Comic Day, it is a special day. It's one of the biggest days for most shops of the year. So we wanted to keep that specialness alive a little bit. So we're going to do an event every Saturday for the next 9 weeks. I think this ends in September. So yeah, we hope you'll stop by. This is going to be starting at noon right when we open. And go until we close, so bring a friend. We'll be doing specials and things like that as the weeks go on. We'll announce that. But our first one is we're going to continue our comic shopping spree. So you can fill a short box for $40. So yeah, starts tomorrow. Starts at noon tomorrow.
Yeah, as if you need another reason to come into your favorite comic store and come and visit us. There it is. Free comics every single Saturday.
Yep.
And we're going to show off some of them, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so
this is a few of the ones that are going to be out tomorrow.
That's a big one.
And each week, we're going to feature some of the big ones that'll be out. So here's some of the stuff out this week.
Yeah.
So this is X-Men,
I would say this is
number 1.
This is one of the hot ones of the whole summer.
Yep.
It's kicking it off.
Something very surprising happens in it. It's not even actually X-Men related. The X-Men story's cool, but there's a second story, a surprise one Marvel didn't tell anyone about. You're just going to have to come and see it to believe it with your own eyes. But not only what happens in it is surprising, it's kicking off another event that nobody saw coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. We've already been kind of speculating
I know, Andy
on what
read
it might
it, and
mean.
he came over and he's like, look at this.
Look what happened.
So we have plenty of these available, this title in particular, so you don't need to beat down the door or anything.
Plenty available while supplies last.
Yes.
Oh, put a little fire under them.
Yeah, another one out that is highly anticipated is Power Rangers Ranger Slayer number 1. And a lot of these titles, I think, coordinated with the release of the actual comic, because I believe this is coming out this week as well.
Yeah, this is kind of an issue 0, and then we get issue 1 coming out.
Yeah, so that will also be up. What else do we have? My Little Pony, not the My Little Pony Transformers. That's also coming out soon.
My niece is going to want this. I'll be sure to get it for her.
Yeah.
My Little Pony has a very strong following. So these are just 3. I think there are 5 total new comics, free new comics that'll be out this Saturday. So this was just a little sample of some of the hottest ones. So definitely stop by for our free comic Saturdays this summer.
Okay, so we thought it would be cool this time to show off some of the really awesome variant comics. We don't get a chance to talk about everything, so we thought we'd go through some of the variants some of you might want, even if you're not on the series proper, because some of these series are pretty far in. This is the scan variant for Justice League Odyssey. So very cool. Just going to go through a couple real cool variants, then we'll get to the big dogs. This is Captain Marvel's variant, where she's got the Ronin hammer.
Yep. This is going to be a big plot point in EMPYRE.
Yep. So once again, these are variants you can order if you just let us know. This is the EMPYRE tie-in issue for Captain Marvel as well. Now the next one, this is not a variant, but it was so cool. Immortal Hulk is pretty far in. I think we're up to issue 37.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it just said there's no happy endings. That's all it said on this issue. So I don't know.
We're getting close to the end of this run.
I believe so. Do you what issue do they say they're going to end it on? Do you know?
I forget, but it's during Empire because we're going to be getting.
Okay. All right. So maybe
Immortal
issue
She-Hulk.
40 or maybe issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can't go for too much longer if it's during Empire, because Empire is weekly.
Yep.
But once again, this is not a variant, but it's Alex Ross, and it's noteworthy enough. We just wanted to show it off real quick, give people a chance to know that it's out there. Then we have this Red Sonja Chaos Lucio Perillo variant, which is really cool. This is how I feel sometimes when I want like peace and serenity. Like I try, and there's just a face in the sky screaming at me.
Is that Megan in the corner? Is that what you do? Is that what you think of?
It's tax day, or something like that. I don't know. And lastly, here's a variant for a new series. This is number 1 for Rick and Morty Go to Hell. So those of you who are Rick and Morty fans, new series is beginning.
It just came out. Issue number 1 is. I think we might have 1 or 2 copies left on the shelf, but.
Right. All right. So those are some variants you can order.
And speaking of variants, this is an interesting thing that Marvel's putting out. So.
Oh yeah.
John Tyler Christopher is an artist that has been doing these action figure variants. You've seen him. We've been talking about him. He's been doing them for Empire. But one of the kind of where he got to start doing it was with Star Wars, when I think even Star Wars #1 came out from Marvel years ago. They did these cool action figure variants, and they started off, and it looks like the figure in the box. He does a great job of doing like the blister packaging and everything. Like almost every issue has had one of these, and it started off, and we got your classics, your Luke and Han and Obi-Wan and all of that, and then he got to start doing some characters that never actually got put in the original packaging and everything. Really cool to see this. And Marvel's putting out this $9.99 book that collects all of them. So I think this is going to be really cool, especially if you're a fan of like the 3 3/4 inch figures, to go through and look at them, because maybe you didn't see all the variants he did. He did a lot of them. I think this is 100 pages, and this is called the #1 of this. So I have a feeling they're going to continue this, collecting all of his really awesome covers. So this is a little unique book that's coming out. But if you're a fan, Star Wars fan, or classic toy fan or whatever.
Yeah, I like that they did. It's all in the shadow of Vader.
Yeah.
Who knew Vader, like, in his closet is a really hardcore action figure collector. Look, he's got them all, like, mint on his wall. He just opens up and goes, my life's rough, but this is my one happy place.
That's funny. All right, so this looks really awesome. This is a new series from Image called Big Girls.
Big Girls.
So I'm looking forward to this series. This is by Jason Howard. He is both the artist and the writer on this. He's the complete creator for Big Girls. And this is a world in which the men become monsters. Okay? And the only thing between some men, I guess, the only thing between people and the monster men are 300-foot tall women. That's the big and big girls. They're literally huge and tall. And so they are having to fight these evil monster men. So I don't know if they're evil, actually. They could be sympathetic. I guess it's yet to see. But this is an artist who's worked on Trees, and Andy told me earlier,
Astounding Wolfman. Yeah, he worked on that with Robert Kirkman. He's very prolific, kind of started off just being an artist, and now he does a lot of writer-artist jobs and everything.
So there is a previews exclusive on this. You can go check out the first few pages. I love the write-up. It said it was a cross between Godzilla, John Wick, and HBO's Girls.
Oh, that's horrifying. That's the scariest description I've ever heard.
It gets weirder as it goes. So, I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to be like this, but this was reminiscent to me of like Man-Eaters or something, where you just have this alternate world, and it just ends up being a lot more fun than you expect. So I'm excited for this. If you guys want to check out issue #1, this is it. There's no variants, so just let us know you want Big Girls #1.
It's like Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, it is time for the first part of my Empire Club.
Tuck in.
That's right, every week. Well, hey, not too many weeks left.
No.
This is for Empire #5. Now I know some of you have finally picked up Empire #1. We're finally on the
Yes.
same page with what's going on with Empire. So I will say I have more Empire I'm talking about later on today, where one of the covers like just flat out reveals some things that was revealed in #1. So I don't know what's going on by issue 5. I mean, they were planning this monthly and it turned to weekly. So
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what changes have happened between here and now. But they claim that one fan favorite Marvel character reveals a secret. They say there is a space jailbreak. I like that. You know,
Sounds a little Guardians of the Galaxy.
interests me. Yeah, and that they are fighting a battle to save the Earth on 2 different fronts. Now, in the first Empire, you know, you kind of find out you think the bad guys are, you know,
Yeah.
this one force. Then it turns out it's another force. Now, in #5, they're saying they're fighting a battle on 2 fronts. Possibly 2 different enemies. So I
Could
really
be like
wonder
Earth
if
and the Moon. It could be.
yeah, I almost wonder if they don't have 2 different forces. Like maybe what happened in the first issue, the people we kind of thought were the bad guys who turned out to not be. Maybe they end up being bad guys later in, and maybe they see their chance. So this has several variant covers. This is, you can see the action figure variant up there with Black Panther and Invisible Woman. You got the Lozano variant. You have the Skrull variant. The Lozano one, I believe that's the one with She-Hulk on it.
I love
So
that one.
She doesn't look immortal yet, though.
Nope.
And we're at issue 5. So should we spec on issue 6 for?
Is issue 6 the last issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although it could also happen towards the end of this issue.
Yeah.
But it is highlighting her, which is kind of a nod to she's important.
Good point. Why is she on the cover for this one? And then you also have the Cho variant. He's been doing each of the Fantastic Four individually. This time he does them all together. So all these are open order. You have until Monday to let us know what you want, and it guarantees that you'll get it.
All right.
Now we have what some of you may have picked up. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I believe, we got the first God Love Man Kills extended cut. If you didn't know what that was, the classic Chris Claremont story, God Love Man Kills, they have re-put it out, but this time the original writer and artist have done what essentially they're calling bookends to it, kind of a frame to this very classic X-Men story that like X2 was loosely based off of with William Stryker. And so this is only 2 parts. We've got part 1. Part 2's coming out. And then they are putting out also a deluxe hardcover edition. So I believe this is the cover to number 2. Let's see, what's the other one we got? Then this is the, is it Brent Anderson?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the original artist. He's doing the variant cover. And then we have the deluxe edition coming out, which does collect this extended cut of it. So if you maybe missed out on the first issue or just like to read it as a whole, the bookends are really interesting. I know at least for the first one, it involved Kitty Pryde kind of recounting the story of God Love Man Kills to a young girl. Lockheed's in it. It's really interesting. It's a few pages here and there. So yeah, this is, I think, a great chance for you to, if you missed the first one, be able to read it, or if you got the first one, pick up issue 2.
Okay, Venom 27 is on FOC this week. If you're just now joining us, FOC, that stands for Final Order Correction. That's the time period we have to change our order and for you to make sure you get what you want. So Venom 27, I'm really just here to tell you that if you liked Venom 25 and 26, you should add this to your pull list so that we know we have enough for you. This is the introduction of a new character that we had in the previous issue, who is a new foe for Eddie Brock, who is threatening to take away everything he holds dear. So
I hear the last issue was kind of a hot one.
it was super hot.
People kind of wanted that one.
Even the second prints of issue 25 are selling for some of them over for $20. So this is an extremely popular series right now. It's a great jumping on point. So if you have not already and you're interested in Venom, don't miss out on Venom 27. Let us know you want it.
Yeah, one of the main reasons we do Comics from the Future is to give you guys a chance to see the covers, which often aren't ready until Thursday or Friday. And then they literally give us till Monday to put our order in. And it is locked after that. We can't order any more. So this is really your chance to see these and go, I want it, and we guarantee you'll get it.
Yeah.
That's
And
what the show is all
Let
about.
us know if you want to add it to your subscription list, because then
That's even
it
better.
will just be in your box and you don't have to
For
do anything
eternity.
forever, because Venom's going to go on forever.
Okay, so back to my Empire
What?
corner. Yes,
We
there's
got a
all
breath.
the
Now
there's
back
all
in.
the Empire spin-off books.
Mhm.
So the first one is Empire Avengers #2. Now I was saying in Empire #5, they're saying that they're fighting on 2 fronts. Well, this one ups it. Apparently, this one claims they're fighting on 3 fronts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
There's
apparently,
one the main book didn't even know about.
so a lot of the Avengers are off in space. So this is definitely the Avengers that they've gathered who are on the ground, like people who haven't been on the team in a long time. You can see that by the cover. So apparently, in this issue #2, some of it takes place in New York, where some old villain gets charged up by some alien powers. Some of it takes place in Mexico, where what was it? An old enemy, some old enemy of the Avengers actually ends up allying with them because things get so bad. And then the rest of it takes place in the Savage Land, which stars Shanna the She-Devil.
Oh, we haven't seen her in a while.
I know. I don't think I've read anything with her in it in ages.
Interesting.
And
So-
it looks like we got Man-Thing.
Yep, he's definitely, unless it's a false
shrubbery.
cover or something. Yeah. So this does have a variant. I don't know if the variant was ready in time. Then we have Empire X-Men #3. So this one's a little further along than the other ones. This one was funny. I have to get this one right. So the solicitation says aliens, and this is all in caps. Plant men, mutants, zombies, old women, demons, explosions.
Wow.
One of these things not like the other. Like aliens, plant men, mutants, zombies, demons, explosions, but in the middle of that, old women?
Old women. I mean,
I don't know if that's really
That's weird.
very fair when you make a list like that. And that's all it said. So
Wow.
yeah, they're really banking on that. Those first two have pulled you in to keep you along. This one also has a variant that I don't believe was up yet. Or no, there it is.
Yep.
There's the variant. So then the last Empire Time book is Empire Captain America. This cover is awesome. Like, what is going on the Cap? It looks like he is exploding and dying and turning to a skeleton.
wow.
I can almost guarantee this doesn't happen in the book unless it's a dream sequence or something. I doubt they're going to kill Captain America in Captain America Empire #2. So in this book, things have gotten so dire. He's like, basically Earth forces are supposed to be overrun, and he reaches out for aid, but it just seems like there's nobody left. In my opinion, Captain America doesn't need anyone. He rises to whatever challenge. If he can get help, good. Then he doesn't have to try as hard. But if you really need him to do it, he will do it. So those are all your Empire tie-in books for the week. That is the variant for
Ooh.
Empire Captain America #2.
There, it looks more like he's taking names.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm trying to figure out who published this, but I didn't look that up. This is a complete opposite of everything you just described.
Uh-oh.
It is called Happiness Will Follow.
Aw.
Probably some old women and an explosion here or there. I don't know. No. This is an original graphic novel from Mike Hawthorne, who did the art for titles like Superior Spider-Man. This is a memoir. Although when I read about it, I'm not sure how. It seemed like a blending of, some memoirs can be exactly true to life, autobiography, and some can add in elements of, unreal or fantasy.
Yeah, surrealism.
Yeah, so I think that's what this is going to do. So it's basically supposed to be about a memoir of discovering a love for art and just his struggles growing up as a Puerto Rican in America and in New York City in the 80s. There's a preview of this, and it looks like there's a lot of New York City 80s street scenes.
Ooh.
So it looked kind of cool, and I wouldn't describe it as gritty, but that just atmosphere kind of.
I want to
itself
see
to
some
that.
breakdancing.
There is literally a guy carrying a boombox in the first
Awesome.
few
I mean, in the
pages.
80s, wasn't that just what happened all the time?
Everyone just popping and locking nonstop.
So yeah, this is only $25. If you're a fan of the graphic memoir genre, then this looks like another promising entry to that. So we'll.
And Mike Hawthorne is a awesome artist.
Yeah, you could definitely tell that based on the
It looks like it's
Preview.
going to be in either magazine or prestige
That's what I was
format.
gonna say, it
considered
may
as
be
well.
hardcover.
Until it's getting cut off just a little bit.
based on the size that I'm seeing here. So yeah, this is so just $25, and I really love graphic memoirs. I think it's a really good way to just discover somebody more about their internal life, and it's an
Comics
interesting format.
Aren't just superheroes; they just are mostly superheroes.
Sometimes about the
The motto.
artists who draw the superheroes.
Yeah,
No.
Now, this is a really exciting one. This was kind of a late edition we put on here. We don't have the trade dress on here. But Wonder Woman issue 760 is going to be a new jumping on point with a new creative team. So we have, let's see, Mariko Tamaki, who did Harley Quinn, Breaking Glass, Supergirl Being Super, which I was a big fan of. She worked on She-Hulk, Tomb Raider, X-23. And Mikael Janin, who was the artist with Tom King for a lot of his run on Batman, are now taking over Wonder Woman. So this sounds really cool because the movie we're still waiting to come out, Wonder Woman, will feature Maxwell Lord. And a lot of people don't know about Maxwell Lord, but he is a really interesting character from back in like the Justice League of America, Justice League Europe days, and pre-New 52, Wonder Woman was famous for breaking his neck and like instigating this really big event. And now in our Rebirth timeline, Maxwell Lord is introduced again, but this time he shows up to Wonder Woman seeking help. So I think this will be a really interesting thing if you're not familiar with the characters, or it seems like it's kind of getting ready for the movie coming out. I think this will be a great jumping on point for Wonder Woman if you haven't been reading Wonder Woman for a while.
So I have a question about the cover. Do you know what those are? Because I mean, I'm not sure. I mean,
They clearly look like Sentinels.
I was
X-Men.
I was almost thinking that too. I was like, these must be like gods or something as big as they are.
Yeah, I love this cover though. It's
So it could be a new villain we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
or a new type of
for
villain.
sure. But then there's this amazing variant cover, the Joshua Middleton variant cover, where I feel like it's really showing Wonder Woman as almost being a god. Like looking at it, like her skin is almost gold, very regal. Just a beautiful, beautiful variant cover. I'm really excited about this one.
Looks good.
And you said that's a Middleton cover.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, he's just been so good. So, for anyone who's not been reading Darth Vader, if you like Star Wars at all, or Vader, or you're not even sure, I would sign up for the series. It has been really good. This is issue number 4's cover. It's being written by Greg Pak. Just to sum it up real quick, it's taking place after The Empire Strikes Back. Once Vader learns that he had a son everyone's been hiding from him, Luke, he decides to go after anyone who might have known this and kill them.
It's a really good premise.
Yeah, it's all canon. Yeah, Disney owns the whole package. So while he's doing this, he comes across somebody who looks exactly like Padme. We're far enough in that I can reveal it was her double. She had, her
Several
sort of handmaiden
doubles,
doubles. It's one of them. And so Vader's having to deal with, they've teamed up, funny enough, to go learn some things. He wants to know about more about Padme for his reasons. She has her reasons. But the team up is really just eating him up inside.
Yeah, every time he turns around, he sees, and she's, aged naturally. This is kind of what she would look like now if their paths had continued.
And she was chosen not just for looking like her, but she was taught her mannerisms, how to speak like her. So it's really interesting the way they can still torment a character that's already gone through so much to have turned him into.
All Darth Vader books are just like kick him when he's down and just keep kicking.
Yeah, so I mean, it's awesome. So in this issue, they end up going to Naboo, and they're learning some of the secrets that Vader didn't know about Padme. And so I'm really looking forward to it. The first 3 have been awesome. It's just incredible what they can do with this character.
Yeah.
And here is the variant.
The variant was not available.
Okay, so there is a variant. Maybe it'll be up later in the week on Previews World. It's the Sprouse Empire Strikes Back variant.
Cool. Yeah. All right, so next up is another installment in the Joker War checklist situation. This is Detective Comics 1025. It will have trade dress on it when it comes out. We could not find a copy of it yet, but this is, so in the Joker War checklist for Detective Comics. It runs number 1022 through 1026. So this is the penultimate Detective Comics entry. And I'm not going to spoil too much of what's going on, but this is literally in the solicitation. So if you have not read anything, just look away. But Joker has taken control of Wayne Enterprises in this issue, and you get to see the full onslaught of that. I think it's supposed to be a very action-heavy issue, so I think a lot of the consequences of what Joker is doing are going to come to fruition in this issue. So a lot of action. A lot of you are already on everything Joker War. If you're not yet, go ahead and tell me that you want it. This will be a really important issue for this.
Well, it sounds interesting too, because Joker now has control of Wayne Tech, which means he has control of basically what gears Batman up. And he's taken, like, Lucius Fox as a hostage.
Yes.
So basically, Joker has an arsenal that's usually intended for Batman.
He is now the Batman in some ways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think, that was his goal, is to sort of strip Batman down to absolutely nothing emotionally, and now nothing but just a man. So it is going to be him and Batwoman trying to reclaim what is
Whatever
his.
I'm glad they're bringing Batwoman into this too. That's so cool.
And here is the Lee Bermejo variant. All the Bermejo
I think I
covers
said earlier
have
it was
been
Matina, so
nice.
I take that back.
Yeah, this one is really nice.
I see, yeah, it looks like Batman
I mean,
Damned
that
art.
As all of
suit
them have
is
been.
just...
They both do the dark art, but
Yeah.
that's definitely.
Hopefully
right
that's
now.
showing up on screen enough, but if you come in person, you know these variants look great. They look super nice. So, yeah, that is Detective Comics 1025.
We should also mention that that's our giveaway for the week. So if you want to win a free copy of 1025 and this Bermejo variant, all you have to do is like, share this video, and order a copy through us. We will announce the winner next week on Comics from the Future at 1 p.m. Even if you watch this video later, we leave it up on Facebook, we upload it to YouTube. You can still be a part of it as long as you get, if you get those things done before Monday at 5 p.m.
All right. That is it for the week. This week was a little bit light.
But next week is really big, which we will have to talk about next week.
Right.
And
But
there are still other things to order.
Yes.
So if you go to Previews World under catalog and final orders due, it's a lot of comics that have already made it to issue number like 7 or 20 or but they're still jumping points on all these comics. So
So and it's a good time to take stock of what's on your list and make sure everything's there that you want it to be, and all that. So also for DC stuff, the best way to go see because DC is not in the previous catalog as it's controlled by Diamond, but we have the checklist in store. If you need a checklist now, we can come give you a nice little handout.
Covers like all of August, I think.
I think so. And then there's also DC Connect. Even though that goes way far out in the future, if you just want to Google DC Connect, it'll give you some idea of what is coming out from DC in the future.
So just remember, you can order any of these issues between now and Monday at 5 p.m. and you're guaranteed to get them through us. If you're not local, that's fine. We ship all over the country. So thank you again for tuning in to the latest Comics from the Future.
And we hope to see you Saturday, tomorrow, for our first Free Comics Summer installment, where we'll have X-Men #1, Power Rangers, My Little Pony, and more.
And more.
All right, I hope you all have an awesome weekend, and that we get to see some of your faces soon.